True or false? Ari Onassis gave Jackie $5 million worth of jewelry in their first year of marriage alone.
And it didn't cure a headache.
Red Fox.
According to doctors, if going to bed with your socks on helps you fall asleep, is there any reason you shouldn't wear them to bed?
Well, not unless they clash with your hat.
Vincent, according to the book Health in the Latter Years, there is something which old folks should never do in bed. What is that?
Entertain.
I'll take Rosemary, please.
According to Parade magazine, what night of the week is a woman most likely to be molested?
With my luck, it's probably tonight, and I'm working.
Paul Land.
Not the secret square, but $500, Paul. You've heard of the phrase, a pig in a poke, right? A pig in a poke? What's a poke?
It's when you're not really in love.
Susan Pleshette from the Bob Newhart Show. Burt Reynolds stated just recently, it was an enormous success. But I don't want it on my gravestone that this was all I ever accomplished in life. What was he talking about?
It was a one-nighter.
Bert and I were on location together, but I'm sure you weren't talking about that, Bert.
If you go to Sweden, Denmark, or Norway, you'll want to exchange your American dollars for what?
Companionship.
Okay, Bert.
Bert, I might have gone to Karen to win.
That'll win also.
Oh, that's right, this way.
That'll win too, you dummy.
I'm really watching, aren't I?
What the hell?
According to Dear Abby.
What am I, a locks here?
According to Dear Abby, should a wife be upset if she finds out her husband has been reading some of those girly magazines while she was asleep or away?
Well, no, Dear Abby's kind of square, and I don't like her. She wasn't nice to me once. But she might say that would be all right as long as he took a dive at her right afterwards.
Come on, Wilson.
True or false? Recent studies show that nutritionally, watermelon is one of the very... Now, come back here, come on. Come on, stop that man. Oh, no.
I don't have to be insulted. I got the #2 show here.
I know. I'll go for Pullman. For $750. According to the World Book, what is the main reason your dog pants?
Because he can't talk dirty.
Betty, a break for you. Do a secret square game.
Mr. Mel Brooks, please.
Could be.
Okay, Betty.
According to Science Digest magazine, next to his family, the average Eskimo man who lives near the North Pole probably prizes one thing more than any other. What is that?
You know, Eskimos, it's very cold there, and the big problem is the fishing because the lines freeze. They make many knots not to lose the fish, and they freeze their knots off because it's very cold there. But I'll tell you the truth. If I could hear the... Yeah. Tell me.
Charlie Weaver, please.
If you plant strawberries, will you get any the first year?
No, I was too busy planting strawberries.
Lovely. There you go. Charles, this is for the championship. You and a friend are going to take it, what? Oh, I see. You and a friend are going to take to the streets on your bicycles. Is it safe to ride a breast?
A breast.
If it is, I want to ride with you.
You mean is it safe for a woman drive with a brassiere?
No. Cheryl, our producer, Jay Redis, explain it to you.
Oh, please.
He wrote the question. I will not explain it to you. I'll let you just go on. No. Do you know what a breast is? I mean, do you know what riding a breast
It is something for your safety. You should wear a breast. Sure. Go ahead.
A breast.
A breast.
Yeah.
It's a distance between.
Yeah.
What the hell is a
Well,
breast?
like if we were riding this way, we would be abreast.
Side by
A
side.
breast.
Yeah, like this. Like you turn around. This is riding abreast.
That is a breast.
Well, no, that's backwards and forwards. Now you stay there. No, that's it. Now, you're sitting here, I'm sitting here. That's riding abreast, like in a car.
Oh, no. In the back.
Go right ahead, Jay.
Call in, please.
According to experts, the worst time for sex is right after what?
Surgery.
David Steinberg, please.
You are eating chicken,
Yes.
and you notice that the bones are very dark. What can you tell about the chicken?
At one time, he had rhythm.
Very good.
Very good. Whoa! According to police.
Police?
If you are being molested, other than yelling help, what is the best thing to scream?
More.
McLean Stevenson to win.
For $1,000. What is the plural of titmouse?
Okay, you got your mouse, got your meese, and you got your mice. It's tits mouse. No, it's tits mice.
Titmice.
Titmice.
Call in, please.
When a horse and a donkey get together, the result is a baby mule. Paul, who is the mother, the donkey or the horse?
I don't want to watch and I don't want to know.
Let's go to Jan Marie.
Jan, according to the Israel telephone directory, when you answer your phone, hello isn't enough. What else should you say in Israel?
Oh, you say, hello, I gave already.
Charlie Weaver?
In a popular children's story, who kept saying, I think I can, I think I can?
By that out at the home, that was Mr. Ferguson.
Really?
And Mrs. Ferguson kept saying, I wish he would. I wish he would.
I'll go with Red Fox.
Mr. Red Fox, are polar bears always white?
Hey, we got a man working on that now.
Don DeLorean.
We call a man who gives you a massage a monsieur. What is a woman who gives you a massage called?
A dear friend. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was just a little gas.
You can't put it up there, Bob. Mike Evans for $200. Who grosses more money in a year? The average American policeman or the average lady of the evening?
Lady, oh, they make more.
You say the lady of the evening?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the cops are paying them.
I'll start with Charlie Weaver.
Okay.
Has anyone named Philo Farnsworth ever done anything memorable?
Not according to the lovely Wanda Farnsworth.
What are we going to do with you?
Frank, call in, please.
In ancient times, the loser of a battle would hand the victor a handful of grass. What did this symbolize?
The loser was Mexican.
Leslie, I got the block.
According to Hollywood Beat, Dinah Shore recently found out Burt Reynolds' nickname. Now, is it Fuzzy, Ace, or Buddy?
Well, Fuzzy, he proved in a magazine.
Rich, level, please.
$250 in a tie game. Kirk Douglas recently stated, Rich, that they are the best barometer of what's happening in the world. What was he referring to?
His teeth.
Red Fox to win.
Hello, Red Fox to win.
Hello.
True or false? Soccer teams in Africa have a team witch doctor.
That's true. And they have a motto, if you can't beat them, eat them.
What famous French person said, "What do a million men matter to such as me?"
Linda Lovelace.
In cooking, what do you call a little tart?
Ooh. Something I was in high school. No.
Vincent Price.
Ed McMahon recently admitted, Vinny, on The Tonight Show that he has two phobias. One is the fear of closed spaces or claustrophobia. What else is he afraid of?
Well, he's terrified of another fear. It's called curbophobia.
What is that?
Well, it's the fear of falling off of sidewalks into the gutter.
Oh. Good evening, Big Chuck. Yes, it's your turn. Do you want to play?
Yeah, I want to play now.
All righty. If you found a girl whose measurements were exactly the average of all the Miss Americas in history, would her bust be larger than her hips?
Well, now, out at the home, we have one of the first Miss Americas.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, her bust meets her hips.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Paul, in The Wizard of Oz, the Tin Man wanted a heart and the Lion wanted courage. What did the Straw Man want?
He wanted the Tin Man to notice him.
You'll have to earn the third circle yourself. Different ways to do it.
Beautiful. Michael Landon.
Say, cuteness.
No, I mean it nice. You really are.
There's an old tradition. Moving along musically, there is an old tradition that horses will never throw a certain type of woman. What kind?
According to a tradition,
Yeah, that horses will never throw a certain type of woman.
a woman that weighs more than they do.
Cody Fields.
What does etiquette tell you to do with a whole pickle?
I'd like to tell you, Peter.
Damon Wilson.
Damon Wilson here for $600 in the tie game, not the secret square. According to Freddie's yo-yo trick book. Have you ever read Freddie's yo-yo trick book?
I have.
Well, then you answer the question.
No, he's not the answer to that. When your hand is in the beginner's position, is it above or below the waist?
Are you talking about ballet?
No, yo-yo. True or false? If you get help, true or false, if you get help from a good sex therapy treatment center, it will probably cost you in the neighborhood of $2,000 per week.
How much just to mingle?
I'm going to pick Rosemary again.
Young.
According to Amy Vanderbilt,
Oh, Amy.
there are two gifts that are most appropriate for a 60 wedding anniversary.
I heard you, Peter.
All right.
I heard you. 60. I heard it.
One is diamonds. What's the other?
Batteries.
Charlie Weaver.
What do you call a pig that weighs more than 150 pounds?
A divorcee.
With another ex-married.
Alan King.
True or false? After she wrote The Sensuous Woman, the author known as Jay sat down and wrote a book on golf.
On golf? How to hook happy.
Larry, it's your turn.
Paul Lind.
According to experts, is it ever okay to use a vacuum cleaner on your dog?
I think it's better to walk him.
Joan Rivers.
Your baby has a certain object which he loves to cling to. Should you try to break him of his habit?
Yes, because it's Daddy's turn.
You're a 71-year-old man,
Yes.
and you find that you're not interested in sex as much as you used to be.
Yeah?
Does your doctor have something for you that might help?
No, but his nurse has.
Sandy Duncan.
For $250 here, true or false, one of the most popular songs in all of China is titled, "Oh, How I Love to Carry Cow Waste Up the Mountainside for the Commune."
With the commune or to the commune?
For the commune.
For the, well, that makes the difference.
Jen?
I'll take Paul Lynn.
Paul, here's one on personality traits, okay? Here's one on personality traits. It's a person who sits with one leg over the arm of a chair, likely to be cooperative or uncooperative.
Is this person a man or a woman?
George Gilbert.
True or false, George? According to experts, there are only about 7 or 8 things in the world dumber than an ant.
That's right, and I think I voted for 6 of them.
Charles, please.
Charo! True or false, dear? You can get silicone shots to help fill out your cheeks.
I hear a story about a guy that used silicone in the leg to have a stronger leg, but the silicone fall down, and he had now 2 balls hanging down.
Charlie Weaver. Certainly.
Yeah.
You are wearing a fur coat.
Golly.
Okay? Now, if it is a common fur coat, it comes from one of the 3 animals. The following, okay? A mink, a muskrat, or a what?
A wealthy businessman.
Paul Lind, please.
Back in the early movies, Paul, who would you be most likely to see on top of Tony, the Wonder Horse?
Oh, my friend Flecka.
Rosemary.
True or false? Most people's attitude towards strangers is, don't get too close to me. I prefer to keep you at arm's length.
That's my opinion.